Hello guys and welcome to a brand new game called Primitive Society Simulator. So I've been given early access to this game. It's currently not even available on Steam to purchase, but by the time that this video goes out, it should be available in early access. So this game is taking inspiration from Dawn of Man, a little bit from Rimworld as well. We can see if we could just go down here to the assigned work tab again, that priority tab like that. Again, a little bit like Clan Folk as well if you've seen my video on that. So it's in the name, primitive sort of simulator. So you start with, I believe it's 5 or 6 people. We can see on here. Actually, sorry, it's 8 people, and you have all your different jobs that you can do. And where it's different to Rimworld is your people actually do the jobs automatically. You just tell them how much you want. You can manually select work. So, for example, if I selected the Molthalgor here, and then if you right click on a tree, you could get logs, or you can get grass or whatever, but the people do things automatically. So that's why you can see here we've got all our people at the coast fishing, because fishing is one of the higher up priorities in the list, and currently because everything's at 3, they go from left to right with priority. But you can obviously play around with these. So if I set someone to prioritize constructing, they would gather the building materials from the stockpile, get some buildings made, or if we got some traps set up or whatever, you'd play around with it all in the priority menu. So the game is in obviously very early access, but it definitely is playable and there definitely is a lot you can do. So one thing I do want to get set up first is just some sheds. So you can see here, it's a little bit glitchy with how it looks there, but I assure you, once you get them built, as you can see, you've got the little person here, glue and boliner making them, and there we go. We've got little sheds up. So these little sheds provide a bit of shelter for the people to sleep in at night. And then if we get some beds inside here, just 1 bed per shed. So let's get them a little bit more central. I'm not sure why I made that one there so poorly. So let's select the bed, demolish building, and then go back to furniture, bed, get that one there. So we've got our beds being made there. And I'm not sure how many people it is per bed. It might even be 4 people per bed, because you can see 4 little squares, but I'm not sure that is the 4 squares that it takes up. But we'll find out pretty shortly. So you can see here, my people are gathering resources, gathering wood, grass, and some, I think they've already got enough stone, but they will mine stone as well. And you can change all that by going into the assign work, finding which one you're looking for. So in this case, they're gathering resources. Click this button here, and then you can set how much of each resource you want. So for example, if you'd like to keep a small stock, so you get your people to gather just enough resources, and then they move on to other tasks like food gathering, then keep a small number here. Or if you want lots and lots stocked up, you can raise that number. Or you could have this raised to a really, really high number, but then keep this as a low priority item, maybe apart from on 1 person. So that means you're constantly gathering grass, but only 1 person's doing it. But I want to keep it on a low number for now. We don't need that much. So we've got our sheds. People are going to sleep on the first day. I do need a bonfire. Again, obviously just keep my people warm. And if I get the bonfire seats here, I can get some nice seating. So we have 8 people. So I'm going to get some there. So that should be 8 seats there. I'll just speed the game up to 8 times. We'll end the first day, and hopefully we'll be going into the next day with a nice new bonfire. Okay, so it's the next day. The bonfire has been made with the little seats, so they'll light this up at night. We have to have some grass for it, but that's absolutely fine. You can see now they are mining as well the stone, but we are going to need food. That's going to be one big thing we need. So, go to build. We go to, not structure, not furniture. I'll have to type it in. I don't actually know where it is. Get some fences. And with this, we can actually capture little chickens. So the little chickens are a sustainable food source in the fact that you can keep breeding the chickens as long as you have enough food for them. But they eat just normal human food in this game currently. So they eat berries, they eat wheat, that sort of thing. Once you get it, they don't have like a special chicken feed or anything like that. So if we get that, and we get the gate, the door here, we can place that, and then once this is built, oh, I can do it now actually. If we go to assign work, and I go to hunting, so it is in the hunting tab, but we've got capture the newborn animals. So in this game, how it works is you can hunt any animals you want, but you can only capture the newborn chickens or sheep, and then they take them back to your little spot here. So with that, we can see here food 0 of 60. So we do need to fill this chicken trough up with with some berries, I believe. So let's actually tell my guys to prioritize berries. If I just come to the assign work tab here, and I don't think it's like Rimworld where there is individual like starting skills. If we have a look at the little people that we've got, you can see here these are their skills. They all just start at 0, and then the more they do, they get better in that skill. So you can just technically have everyone doing everything. It's not like Rimworld where maybe you have one guy who's really good at farming straight away. But I do want to try and specialize people. So I'm gonna have Grovana. She's got Grove in her name. That makes you think of like a, I don't know, plant. So let's get her with where actually would it be? If I just get the, so it's not herbalism, foraging, here it is. So if I select her to have a priority 1 in foraging, so we're constantly then getting enough berries. Because again, if we come to foraging here, we get a set to 600 berries. So as long as we've got under 600, Grovana will constantly go out and collect more berries as her priority. There we go. The bonfire has been lit for the end of night 2, and you can see here, now that we've got the bonfire, they are actually just gaining little skills by sitting around the bonfire, and they're bringing over some, I'm not sure if that's smoked fish or cooked fish, they're bringing over some fish to tuck on for the night, because again, they have just been collecting, what was there? I'm not sure if they got like fishing lines, but they're definitely getting fish, so that would be, we have a look under fishing, which is a higher priority than hunting. So if I set fishing for some of these people to 1 as well, actually no, a 2, and then I want crafting and building to be a good priority for others as well. So if I get Bora Durgok here, you're going to be my builder. No reasoning, just literally because you can pick anyone, their builder. And then I also want to get some sort of crafting set up as well. If we get like a fruit dry here, we can then stop our berries from rotting. If I get a crafting table here as well, we can then stop something else from rotting. But no, we can make some basic crafting tools so we can get resources faster. There we go. So that is our berry preserver or berry dryer created, and then our crafting table created. So I want to get all sorts of equipment. So we actually have 2 stone spears, but I haven't equipped anyone with them. But we've got 8 people. I want to get 6 more stone spears made. So what I'm going to say is maintain 8. So we currently got 2. I want to maintain 8. And what maintain means is your people will always try and get up to this number. So if you currently have less than that number, they'll build up to that, but then they won't build past it. That is what maintain means. And it's quite a cool little feature. I don't even think Rimworld has that feature, so I really like that. So setting 8 means we'll always have 8 spears, so that even if one breaks, people can then pick up a new stone spear for protection. And then we've also got here stone blade used for cutting grass. So if I maintain not as many of them, I don't need as many of them. So if we maintain 4 or 4, so we'll maintain always 4. Pickaxe, I'm not sure we even have any pickaxes, so let's maintain 2, and then these stone axes, let's maintain 2 as well. We've got Narvolgul, I can't speak. They're making the tools there. Let's try and get some more decorations for our camp. So we've got, again, a meat drying rack here. We get some of them positioned around our camp. That means, again, we can get better use of our food, so it's not going to go rotting. So we'll get that. And a weaver's table, yes. I'm not sure what materials we need in this game for weaving, but if we get one of them made near our stockpile as well, we can dry our meat here on the stockpile, dry our berries here on this stockpile, on this bench, and then craft some clothes here. So we go to make the berries. Same thing, maintain. I want to maintain. I'll type in here. Should we say maintain? I'm not sure how quickly they eat in this game, but let's say maybe 3. We've got 600. Let's say 600 berries. Okay, so I've gone here and I've just selected a few more priorities, just so some of our other things are also then getting done. Again, it doesn't matter. If we have every job on just the same priority, it will just go down from left to right. But that just, again, means making sure that some jobs are still getting done. So, on the end, I think this is end of day 3. Yeah, spring 3. Now going into spring 4. We can see that we've got a few more little things. So, drying, I think here they're just going to automatically do it. As long as we tick these boxes, they'll do that. But with the weaver's table, Winter cloves. Okay, let's get 8 of them maintained. That's, I assume, 2 leather each. I don't think we have actually got any leather at the moment, so we're going to need to do some more hunting. So we go to, again, to assign work, and we come down to the hunting section. We'll need to... but I'm not sure how many people to assign. I'm going to assign all of the village men to do hunting as a priority. Then, because in this game you seem to just have them do it automatically, I'm worried they're just going to spend the whole maps exterminating all the living animals on this map. You can see here they're already running off to hunt the chickens. So I don't want to hunt too much food, but they don't really have much control over that. That's again a limitation of the game. But obviously, again, they will only do that until we've got as much meat as I say. So we go to assign work, and then we go to hunting again, priority. No, but on this one you can't tell them how much to hunt, so I'm not fully sure on that one. What I'm building over here to help with the hunting, well, not the hunting, but with food gathering, is a fishing tools table. So again, the people are just collecting fish with their bare hands. I'm not sure how they're doing that. They must be really skilled. I couldn't do that. But with a fishing table, I assume we can start making nets or fishing lines. So that'd be really good for our fishing side of things. If we then look at other things we can craft. Okay, one thing I've had to do is actually move our crafting tables, because while I was looking for other things we could build, I had a quick read over these crafting tables, and I realised that actually, if they're left out in the rain, they do start to break down. So I like that. I don't obviously want that to happen though. So I need to build a little shed. I'm going to get that shed built here, and so you can see you can actually change the size of the sheds, which is why, again, I was a little bit confused earlier as to why there was a massive shed, but it's because you can actually make a massive shed. So I'm going to move those underneath there, and the same with all of the meat racks. Don't want them just lying out, because it will start to get damaged. So if I make some big plots here, then move all of these into, maybe no, the meat racks maybe are different. It would make sense to have the meat racks outside. If we go to store, yeah, it doesn't say anything. Okay, but the weaver's table does need to be moved inside. So let's get that moved inside now. Okay, so we also have our fishing table set up. So yes, harpoon or fishing spear. Let's get that made. And we're going to maintain, I think actually quite a lot of these. We'll maintain 5 because we actually have quite a few people who are always fishing. So we'll maintain 4. So that, I assume, just speeds up how much fish we can catch. One thing we also need is to get more beds. So each bed gives 2 people space to sleep. So what I'm actually going to do is go to structure, shed, and then build a massive shed. Not these small little ones like I was doing there. I'm going to build a massive shed that lets me get multiple beds in it, so that I'm not having people sleeping outside. Because I didn't actually, I thought this was for 4 people. So that's that done. So you see up here all of our targets and requirements. I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you. So that is really, really good. But saying though, there is a lack of materials that we've got. So if I turn off roofs here, we can see that, well, I have told everyone to make the materials because of our new priorities. Crafting not getting done very much because I've said hunting and other things to be more important. So I need to set someone who's going to be crafting as a priority. So I'm going to set Mol Thagdar. So Mol Thagdar, you're going to be our main crafter. Hope you're excited. So with him doing the crafting, we should be able to get our tools made. And because crafting is literally, at the moment, just for the maintaining of those items and these items, it shouldn't be too long of a job, because once he's done all of them, it won't be very often that he has to repair broken tools. Okay, so again, this workstation over here does also need a shed. So I'm going to quickly get that made around it here, just so it's got a little bit of protection. But what I do like about this game, though, is the automatic resource gathering and all of that, because I don't have to keep bothering constantly selecting to get new grass or whatever. I just go in that, and when I go below the grass that I've set as a maintenance limit, they go get some more like they're doing now. I really, really like that part of the game. And the game overall, I actually quite enjoy it. It's got a lot of, obviously, growth to go in terms of improving translation things and adding more bug fixes and that sort of thing. But as an actual game that I can see myself playing in the long run, I really, really like it. It obviously has a lot more than what I've just shown you here. It has like a world map as well, and you can go traveling on the world map to gather herbs. I assume later on, maybe even now, I haven't tried, maybe later on there'll be a war system of attacking these tribes and taking them over. I know you can get invaded yourself by raiders, but I'm not sure if you can war other people yet. It just says here about forming a trade team. But that's cool. Like I said, you can actually be attacked, which is why I want stone space for everyone. So not only can people hunt, but then it also means that if we get attacked, we at least have some weapons. Also, over here, we've got our little chickens done. So we don't actually have any food here, so I'm not sure what other chickens are still alive. Unless I've just eaten the food that we did have here. But we have 600 berries. So let me just make sure the chickens are getting fed. And actually, I think I can do that by looking at the feed animals. So I'm going to have Grovana again. This time on feeding animals as a priority. So if we find Grovana here, feed animals. Right, let's make sure those animals are actually getting fed. Ah, and here we go. So now, Norse Brundar here is using the harpoon that we've made to hunt the fish. So again, I assume that gives them a good bonus to fishing. Doesn't say there. But maybe it just increases the chance. You see here, the chickens are now finally getting some food and they're eating that. So soon we should start getting some food from those chickens. But food-wise, we are actually very good. We've got 540 berries and we were actually at 600. We've got almost 500 meat. The berry dryer here is not getting any dried berries made, and I assume that's because we haven't got the priorities fully being worked there. I've been playing around with the priority systems a little bit more, and for things that I feel like are very, very quick to do, so like collect livestock products or feed animals, but are again quite important, I've set so everybody just does it. It just keeps it simple. But then stuff like cooking as well, I've set here Gloomfolgar to do the cooking for the camp, because I'm worried if we have everyone as a 3, the cooking's just never going to get done, so all this meat that we have here just isn't going to get used up. So looking at our targets and requirements, the big thing that we're missing out on is the lack of equipment. So we do need more people to do crafting. I've got Molthalgar here as a 1. What's he doing? Where is he? Why the hell is he fishing? Why is he fishing? He's only got fishing as a priority 2. That is annoying. Let me see if I can command him. No, he just seems to be fishing and not wanting to give up on it. That is annoying. But then I can tell him over here to... No one can perform this task. Ah, that's why. So, why is this not working? Okay, so I am a complete idiot. I've been sat here for a few minutes just trying to work out why no one could craft. I moved the benches. Wasn't sure if it was because they were too close together. I was looking if we had enough materials. I got the supply window open. It turns out the reason we couldn't make any tools, and the reason why he'd stopped making them and gone to fishing, is because actually we'd already made the tools. So the lack of axe, lack of pickaxe, was telling us that 2 tools or 4 tools wasn't enough. So to keep things simple, I've just made 8, or I've set it to make 8 of each tool. So that means every person has access to pick up a tool at the same time. Obviously not needed. We don't need 8 of each. So in fact, actually, I'm going to bring that down to 6. I feel is probably the best. Because that, again, you can already see here, it's removed. Before we had a lack of blades, but now he's made 5. So I'm going to say 6 for each. I'm going to still keep 8 stone spears to be made. So yeah, so that's going to sort that issue. And the last issue we've got here is bone needles required to create clothes. I'm not sure where we can make bone needles, because we can't make them in here. We've just... Oh. Okay, I'm an idiot. Right, bone needles is the only other one in here. So let's maintain 4 bone needles. I want to set that down to 2 actually. So we have plenty of bones, so we should get these made quite quickly. And then we can get 8 winter clothes made. We're currently in spring, so we've got absolutely tons of time until we'll need them, but we obviously want them ready for the next winter. Okay, the fire is now roaring here in our little village, and it is now just rolled over to day 8. So we've been here now for over a week. A little village. We've got our chicken coop here. We've got our sheds dotted around over here, and the people are progressing really, really well. We've got a good amount of food. We've got some tools made for the villagers. We are now starting to make winter clothes. We're not near winter yet. We've got some winter clothes made. The chickens should should soon, oh my goodness, should soon grow up into adult chickens and start laying eggs. But we can always hunt more animals if needed. So I'm really happy with the progress here, but this video probably already has been longer than I was expecting. I got a little bit carried away, to be honest with you. So I'm going to end it there, but I will do more videos if you guys are enjoying this, because I do want to see some more of the later game features of this game, such as the raid side of things. So if you've enjoyed it, please leave a like, please subscribe to the channel to see more, and make sure to look at this game on Steam when it comes out. That is Primitive Society Simulator, and it should stay in early access for quite some time, because again, this is the pre-alpha, but once it does come out, I'm sure it'll be really, really good. So guys, thanks a bunch for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.